Hey Buns, so Live Letter 67 has just wrapped up not too long ago, and I want to go through all the information that was just released regarding Endwalker in this live letter. If you are not familiar with the live letters, this is a time when Yoshi-P sits down with us and lets us know about upcoming content for the game. But of course, with Endwalker right around the corner, we are going to see some Endwalker news, I assume, in this live letter. Now, you might have already heard the big news that came from this live letter already, and that is that, yes, indeed, Endwalker has been delayed. It is now going to release on December 7th, and so I imagine this has caused a lot of anger and frustration among people who already took time off and are not able to change those dates, and my heart goes out to those people. That's awful. However, I think that it is best if they have all the time they need to make a finished product. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If it's what Yoshi-P thinks is best for the game, then that's just what has to happen. With this live letter, we did get the Endwalker launch trailer, and if you'd like to see my reaction to that, I put that on my second channel, Zap Live. I'll put a link to that in the description box down below if you want to see my first time ever watching the launch trailer. It's pretty good, but as far as spoilers, I would say if you haven't finished the story, you probably won't understand what's going on. Like, it's just gonna not make any sense, out of context. It does feel like it's been designed to watch by people who are caught up with the story, so watch it at your own risk. There is now a Lodestone post up regarding the Endwalker delay, and I haven't read this yet, so I think it's best if we can just go through it together here. It says, "Greetings, Final Fantasy XIV players. This is producer and director Naoki Yoshida. First and foremost, I would like to extend my thanks to everyone playing Final Fantasy XIV and looking forward to our upcoming expansion pack, Endwalker. However, it is with great regret that I must inform you of some unfortunate news just before our scheduled launch date, and I would like you to read the following in full." Okay, well, we are going to read it full here together. "I'm incredibly sorry to share this so close to launch, but I've decided to postpone the release of Endwalker. The original release date was scheduled for Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, but I've decided to delay the release by 2 weeks. As such, the expansion pack will now be released on Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. There are several reasons for the postponement, but as I'm the one overseeing all aspects of the title as the head of the project, the responsibility falls solely on me. Allow me to convey my sincerest apologies to our players, our warriors of light around the world who have been looking so forward to the release of Endwalker. I'm truly sorry. The new schedule, including early access, is outlined below. Official release Tuesday, December 7th. Early access will be on December 3rd. Patch 6.01 will release December 21st, and that should include the raids on normal mode, the new raids. Patch 6.05 will release January 4th, and that should include the Savage raids. So no more raiding on Christmas like a lot of people were worried about. So, I mean, some silver lining there. The biggest factor behind the release date change was my own selfishness as the game's director. Ever since I was placed in charge of the original FFXIV, I've continued the development and operations for FFXIV over the past 11 years while always endeavoring to balance my position as the producer overseeing the project and the director in charge of development. It was my intention to work in this same manner as we approach the final stages of Endwalker's development. As I've mentioned previously in interviews and during live streams, Endwalker will be the largest expansion pack in the history of Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a huge undertaking, but we proceeded with development following plans that would allow us to make it in time for the originally scheduled release date, although admittedly everything would be down right to the wire. And I remember I had heard him say that in various interviews that it was like really tight for them. However, as we near the end of development and I played through everything from quests to battle content and the like, I just couldn't contain my desire to further improve Endwalker's quality, specifically because this expansion pack marks the first major culmination of events in FFXIV so far. Even as we look beyond Endwalker, the FFXIV story will continue for a long time, and we hope to deliver many more enjoyable experiences in the game. However, it was precisely because Endwalker concludes this first major saga that I felt our team needed to push ourselves to the limits that I envisioned. As a result, we remained firmly resolved to adjust down to the smallest nuances and ensure our writing covers even the finest points of the vast and intricate story that has spanned these past 11 years since the original FFXIV to ensure that everyone can fully enjoy their adventure in Endwalker. Unfortunately, the consequence of this was that we ended up in a situation where we cut into the time required for final quality assurance checks due to this time spent on additional improvements. Okay, so they didn't have enough time for QA. At this rate, there was a bigger risk of us reaching the release date without ensuring stability as one form of quality, and for that reason, I've decided to postpone the release at this time. As we also anticipate large amounts of congestion across all game worlds, I felt that Even in this respect, it wouldn't be right for us to release the expansion while lacking adequate stability. I'm truly sorry. I mean, yeah, the game is absolutely packed right now. There's so many people. There's more people playing the game now than ever before. So yeah, putting the little extra work into stability seems like a pretty good idea right now. When I look at my own career, up until now, I have never postponed a previously announced release date. Although I did once shift a release from spring to early summer. And when I also considered that many players had already made arrangements, such as taking days off work in preparation for the original release date, I was incredibly torn whether or not we should cut down the expansion pack's volume or even release content in installments. As such, I humbly ask you all to forgive me for the decision I've made. While we have postponed the release date by 2 weeks, I believe we have been able to successfully depict Endwalker's story because we set forth on this long journey developing and operating FFXIV together with the players. While we will require a little longer until the expansion pack's release, please rest assured that we will continue investing every ounce of our strength into development and operations in order to deliver an immersive adventure to our players. Once more, I would like to convey my sincerest apologies for the inconvenience caused to our players and colleagues due to my own shortcomings. I sincerely apologize for this decision. We will continue to do our utmost to bring you the best experience, not only in Endwalker, but also through further updates and content that will follow, restoring your trust one step at a time. Well, it's pretty clear that Yoshi-P did not make this decision lightly, and he absolutely would not choose to do this unless it was absolutely necessary, and it sounds like they really need the extra QA time. I don't think anyone would argue that Final Fantasy XIV isn't in an incredibly unique position and has more eyes on it than ever before, more new players than ever before, and you can't skimp on the QA time for stability at a time like this. I actually, I heard that during the live letter when Yoshi-P was apologizing to everyone, he broke down in tears when he let everybody know that he feels really bad that he had to do this. So I know some people are not going to be moved by that. There's some people that are going to be really, really pissed off regardless. And I think their anger is justified because, I mean, you took time off work and now you can't change it. There's going to be a lot of people in that situation and I feel for them. But I know that Yoshi-P wouldn't do this unless it was absolutely necessary. And so, I mean, I forgive him, but that, I guess, is kind of up to you whether or not you can forgive him for that as well. They broke a promise, but at the same time, it's what's best for the game. And so you have to remember that. He wouldn't do it unless it is what was best for the game. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Spoken quite at length about that, and it's time to move on to the actual live letter news. At the beginning of the live letter, they did a sort of recap of 6.0 stuff. So they showed some screenshots of places we'll be visiting in Endwalker, which will all be familiar to you if you have been keeping track of the Endwalker news. They went over some story profiles for various key characters in Endwalker, which I'm not going to show all those because some of them are a bit spoilery. They showed a screenshot of a new system they're adding where during certain quest sequences in Endwalker, NPCs can follow you around, and they can also get in your multi-seater mounts. Pretty cool. It's very RPG-like, Yoshi-P said, though he also added that he's pretty sure people will just be busy in G-pose with it. Don't tell them they were doing that already. Just with hacks. They announced that role quests are not going to be mandatory in the slightest this time, unlike in Shadowbringers where you had to do them, but it's still recommended that you do them when possible when doing the main story quests. Job quests have been completely retired. Job quests are not coming back for the foreseeable future, which is, I feel kind of mixed feelings about it because I had some job quest lines that I really, really enjoyed, and I kind of liked growing with those different characters from the job stories. Yoshi-P said that if we were to resume the job quest lines, we'll probably start with new NPCs as main characters in those quest lines. There are just so many characters right now. Level 80 is, as of now, the conclusion. Oh my god, I just realized. He said if we were to resume the job quest lines, we'll start with new NPCs. And we know that Endwalker is like really apocalyptic. Are they going to be okay? Like, who's getting out alive of Endwalker? That's the kind of sense I have right now. I'm suddenly extremely concerned. There will be new crafter and gatherer quests called Studium Deliveries. These are 5 quest lines for disciples of the land and hand, sort of like the Crystarium deliveries we had in Shadowbringers, and extra quests will be available upon completion of all 5 quest lines. I really enjoyed that in Shadowbringers, so I'm happy to see that make a return. We got some new dungeon screenshots. One of them looks like it's from the Tower of Zot, another from Tavnair, which is on fire. That can't be good. There's some from Garlemald as well. Yoshi-P was completely silent about these screenshots and also silent on the new trials. He said that there will be normal and extreme like usual for these trials. Yoshi-P also showed us our first ever exclusive look at the new raid tiers. So this is the normal raid, the first raid tier coming in Endwalker Asphodelos, which well, the final boss can't be that hard, right? So Bone Hydra, it's not too bad. Wow. So it looks so cool. Looks amazing. It looks like there are some kind of cages. We don't know anything about this, right? We don't know anything about what we're looking at right now. We don't know where this is. We don't know how to get there. We don't know if there's like what kind of monsters are in it. This is like way beyond anything that I could speculate at this time. All we can assume is some kind of hell. But actually this part that he was showing us was the main hub location. He was not inside of any boss fight there. It was just like where you walk in and I guess like turn in your quest, I assume. He said he really hopes people will be surprised. There's a new treasure map dungeon and it's called the Excitatron 6000. Hard to tell where it is, or what it does to you to make you excited. As for PvP, the new small-scale PvP content will be coming out in patch 6.1 because they didn't want it to conflict with the Savage rating, and they also wanted more time to balance everything since it seems they are already in a bit of a crunch with QA. And they also said that they want to do a new rewards system. Thank God. Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. So the concept here is short matches, simple rules that can be played casually, the removal of rule-based matchmaking and actions, and the addition of distinctive PvP actions and job-specific adrenaline rushes. That includes an ability to heal yourself on every job in the game. This removes pressure from feeling forced to play as a healer, and removing pressure from healer players in general. Yeah, I was playing a lot of Feast as White Mage. I loved it. I honestly felt like very powerful as a healer, so I'm curious to see how healer will be balanced. They said it's going to be a completely new PvP experience. Well, that's what this game needs, frankly. The Crystal Conflict is the new PvP. It's a 5v5 team competition, and each team will be formed of 5 different jobs with no role restrictions. It will be casual, ranked, and custom matches available. Skill-based matchmaking. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. The basic rules for the Crystal Conflict is that there will be 2 teams with bases on opposite ends of the map, and you'll compete to claim possession of a crystal in the center. You'll conflict over the crystal in the Crystal Conflict. Once a team has claimed possession of the crystal, it will move towards their opponent's territory. The team to get that crystal into the goal wins. Will it move automatically? Or does someone need to keep their ass on the crystal for the crystal to move? Because I think if you've ever played a team-based game, that's always an issue, right? There's always people that don't want to play the objective and they just want to stay in the middle, but we'll see how that works. We got to see some screenshots of this Crystal Conflict mode maps, which look pretty cool, actually. It seems like they're investing a lot into PvP now. So there's one, here's another one. It's like a volcano area. There will be various obstacles in the maps that both teams need to keep an eye on. So here you can see there is some fire happening randomly. Now on to the rewards system. So this is going to be really, really important as to whether people will actually play, right? So season rewards, ranking rewards for placing, and ranking rewards for tiers. Players will be rewarded with titles, achievements, and other accolades. So there's new series periods, and this is a tentative name. The period between 2 major patches, like patch 6.1 and 6.2, is a series period. A season is not tied to a major patch, and a season is shorter than a series. Now, you can accumulate series XP and raise your series level to gain different rewards and tokens. So by playing any PvP mode, you can start to get some rewards for that series. Special tokens will be awarded for increasing your series level, and gear, mounts, and other items indicated by stars will be awarded for reaching certain series levels. Well, this seems like a massive improvement than what we had before that will encourage people to actually play PvP. Rather than competing with who wins or loses or what your placement or rank was, they've changed the system so you're always going to be getting points no matter what. And whenever a new series begins, your series level will be reset. So that's when new rewards will become available. Here they showed a screenshot, like a concept rather, of the new series, Series 2, and you're back to Series Level 1. It's all been completely reset. You're Level 1, and the reward lineup is totally changed and totally different. So the first thing that you might be asking yourself is, well, if the rewards are different, would I still be able to get the rewards from Series 1, or is this going to be like a FOMO thing, you know? But they did confirm that no, the previous series rewards will not be lost to time forever. You will eventually be able to buy previous series rewards with a token exchange. So all this sounds really, really good. And if they are actually going to be adding new rewards, like a new set of rewards for every series, it sounds like they have been given some more resources to invest into PvP, and that's really, really good sign. So you can just sort of relax, chill out, play PvP, and any time you spend doing PvP, you will be rewarded for that time. You'll get some credit towards the series level and the series rewards. And again, it kind of just goes back to the recurring theme of design philosophy in Final Fantasy 14 is that it respects your time immensely. And I never really feel like I've wasted my time in this game. I always feel like, okay, well, I got something out of this. Yoshi-P did say that he knows that there have been some really harsh comments in regards to PvP, questioning if this game even needs PvP. Well, we want to continue growing FFXIV and make it giant, and we want to make sure that we're also supporting PvP with that. It's very important. PvP is something we really want to take care of and dig deeper to make sure we're providing enough support for it. So please do not worry that PvE content is going to have attention taken away from it, because we're also working on PvP. PvP is a legitimate part of FFXIV, and we want to make sure we put our time into it. There are players who really enjoy this content, so we want to make sure that we take care of those people too, and not just the PvE players. Wow, that's the strongest, best words I've ever heard about PvP coming from Yoshi-P. I guess he can finally say that because it seems apparent that it's now backed up with actual resources that they've been given to support PvP in the way that it needs. There's also a calling card system being added. This feature will allow you to customize your profile that will be displayed before a match begins. These will potentially be used outside of PvP as well, as an addition to the profile that displays in the player search window. Backgrounds and profile customization options will be added as rewards throughout the game, same as PvP seasonal and series rewards. Very interesting. They hope to show some visuals of all this in the future, but right now they're still working on it. As for the feast, well, I think a lot of us did know this was coming. They are going to permanently remove feast as of patch 6.1. You will be able to do the preseason play from patch 6.0 to 6.1. Wolf collars will still be obtainable and tradable, so there's no need to delete them. And they are going to work feast rewards into the new PvP reward system. So yeah, goodbye to feast. A lot of us knew that this was going to happen, so we prepared ourselves. As for crafting and gathering, so the details regarding the HQ item changes. As you may have heard in the previous live letter, the HQ items are no longer obtainable, and Disciples of the Land quests that currently require the HQ items will be updated to accept both high quality and normal quality items. The HQ item delivery bonuses for Disciples of the Land will be removed, and base rewards will be improved. Actions that affected high quality yields when gathering will be adjusted. The requirements for achievements that involve gathering high quality items will be updated so they can still be completed. From what I understand, these changes are happening to help deal a little bit with inventory bloat. As for crafting, new actions will be added and existing actions will be adjusted. Recipe progress and quality values will be adjusted in accordance with value downscaling across the board. So yes, indeed, crafters are also being affected by the stat squish. Along with the above, further adjustments will be made so that the difficulty of crafting HQ items will not increase significantly in 6.0. For mining and botany, in addition to some new actions being added and existing actions being changed, the name of perception will be changed in some languages, but not English. I have no idea why they need to do that. Greater perception heightens the chances of triggering Gatherer's Boon, which increases the yield by 1. Actions that increase the probability of obtaining HQ items will be replaced with actions that increase the probability of Gatherer's Boon. So you'll just get more instead of getting better. For fishing, yes, new actions added, existing actions changed. Large-sized fish will now appear in place of high-quality fish, and action descriptions will be adjusted to reflect this. Perception will affect fish collectability. So spearfishing has gotten a pretty big update, and so now when you locate the teeming waters, players will now directly utilize their harpoon to catch fish for greater immersion. Enjoy the new special minigame actions, bonuses for successive catches, and more. Yoshi-P showed us a little bit of footage of this new system, and it's great. Oh my god, it's so much better. Wow. It's still all about gauging your timing like before, but it's more fun. It looks way less annoying than it currently is. They're also adjusting leave rewards because they're giving way too much gil and way too much XP. So for tradecraft and fishing leaves, the ones that require a lot of items is giving you too much stuff. Yeah, I remember seeing a Reddit post a while back from someone who said how to make almost 2 million gil in an afternoon with Levequest. How is that? With coffee biscuits. You can buy 900 coffee biscuits and then go turn them in over an hour. Well, they're fixing that, but the fix is coming in Endwalker, so I guess you still have a little time. All right, so now on to system adjustments. So there's a very, very important announcement here. They said with patch 6.0, all XP gained between levels will be lost. So if before patch 6.0 came out, you were just about to level to 70, but you're not quite there. You're like, you're super far through the 69, not quite to 70, but almost there. And you log into 6.0, you will be reset all the way to the beginning of 69, which would not be very nice. So they said, obviously, it would have been great to not have to do that and just bump people up to the next level, right? But because the digits are being adjusted, they would have had to completely overwrite their database. And they did calculate that, what it would take. They would have to rewrite over 100 billion numbers and go into maintenance for 3 full weeks to bump you up to the next level, which is just not feasible at all. So instead, they are asking you to please make sure that you level your job up just enough so that you are right to the next level, like the beginning of the next level, so that you will lose as little XP as possible. The new Elegant Tomestones names have been released, and they're going to be the Elegant Tomestones of Aphorism and the Elegant Tomestones of Astronomy. So that's what we're going to be capping. We're going to be capping those astronomy tomes. We've seen some images of the non-weekly Tomestone gear sets. They said that they knew people would want these as fast as possible. And as you can see, many of them do have the FF4 feel to them. I see Rydia here. We have Eduardo's set, the Edge set, and Cecil Harvey, a couple of those sets. So it's pretty awesome if you're familiar with FF4. But even if you're not, they're pretty cute anyways. Man, what a good time to play Summoner. Like, in addition to all the Summoner changes we're getting, like, you can actually dress up like Rydia while you're summoning Titan. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and I have some very good news that they are planning to expand the Armory chest and Glamour chests, but they're going to aim for 6.1 to address those various capacity issues. But since we hadn't heard anything about them expanding the Glamour chest until just now, wow, what a relief, because I was starting to get pretty worried with all the new Glamour we're getting, you know. They're reducing the number of tomestones that you need for a weapon. So instead of 1,000, you just need 500, which is really, really good news for people that like to gear up other jobs reasonably well. And regarding more about Savage, Yoshi-P did show us some raid sets. I'm really curious to see these. I haven't seen these yet. While they're a little bit hard to see on the white paper that this is how he shows us the raids. I don't know why, but this is the way. And it looks very futuristic. It looks like something out of Tomorrowland. It looks great. I wonder if there will be male-female variation in that, because it looked like a dress for, I think that was Gunbreaker that he just showed. They showed us the Reaper one, and it's a bit hard to tell on the white paper, but it does look like on the blade there's like some kind of glowy bits. You have some half-moon glasses, and sort of feels Lunarian to me. We also saw a couple Glamour sets. There's one that looks more fantasy. I know a lot of people have gotten kind of tired of seeing so many casual Glamour sets being added, and this definitely feels more fantasy, so I think a lot of people are going to be quite happy with it. And there is another that feels like Omega. They said it might end up on the online store, actually, so we'll wait and see, but it's pretty hot. I feel like if they do put it on the online store, then it will mean that it's like a one piece, because a lot of times they do that, where it cannot be separated into different parts. Very exciting section here where we can finally talk about Viera Hairstyles. So, yes, they said we have indeed had many requests for hairstyles. We've started working hard on the Viera hair and the Hrothgar hair. We know it's been quite a while since they were added and you've been waiting a long time, but we were able to make changes to the system, and we're now in a place where we can address the requests. So they made changes to the system. That sounds really promising. They said, it's definitely not like we were ignoring Viera and Hrothgar. We were working quite hard on it. So as of Endwalker's launch, we will have more hairstyles for female Viera. But for Hrothgar, they'll have to wait till 6.1. But we are working hard to address the requests. Male Viera were designed differently than female Viera. So because they were developed with the new systems, they won't have as many limitations for us. Really, 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 really good news. And they showed us some pictures of the new Viera hair. Wow. Well, it's not new, but it's like new to you, right? These are hairstyles that every bun could use before, and now every bun, really, truly every bun can actually use. So good to see a lot more variety. I'm super happy about this. I knew they'd deliver eventually. There will be new scripts. These are purple scripts for crafters and gatherers. For new systems, there will be an achievement UI update. Here it is in game, and it is just so much better. Like, it just looks a million times better. It's a lot more fun, a lot less bland. Just cute. It sort of reminds me of the Chloe book, the way that looks. Here they showed us the new Porom minion, who should go along with your Palom minion if you have pre-ordered Endwalker. The pre-order bonus for Endwalker included the Palom minion. And I don't really like them splitting them up that way, because I guess Palom won't be available after release if he's a pre-order bonus. But Porom is here, not sure yet how you pick this one up. And we see a new baby deer minion. Oh my gosh. It's so weird. It's so funny because just yesterday I was on YouTube looking for videos of baby deer. That's what I was doing yesterday on YouTube. Here they showed us a new like picnic basket minion. There's another one. We can all go out to Costa del Sol with our crab minions and have a crab rave. Like, that's the first thing that we've got. Forget the main story quest. And is it a bat? It is. Really good birds, those bats. You hear about that? Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Some other system adjustments. You'll be able to use G-pose now when playing an instrument. The company action back on your feet will be replaced with a new, better action that extends sprint duration in cities. This is extremely, extremely good. So now you really need an FC. You gotta stop putting it off and actually join an FC. Items containing a random minion or mount will be added to the Grand Company Seal Exchange. So if you've got too many seals and you don't know how to spend them, you could buy one of these, though they did say it's not a guaranteed mount or minion. It could be a random firecracker, so still a fun thing to spend the company seals on. A brand new audio add-on produced by Embody is coming to FFXIV, so this is going to add support for Embody's Immerse Spatial Audio on Windows only. So Soken came in to help explain this, which is great. He looks great. I'm so happy to see him as always. And he was like, did you guys like the launch trailer? We were working on it till the last minute. We were very torn on what music to include in the trailer. Oh, it was really good. You did a really good choice with your music, and the trailer. The music was phenomenal. Okay, we're not here to talk about that. I know he was like, I'm actually here to explain what spatial audio is about. Okay, so basically it's just a new 3D audio surround sound technology that the sound team worked very closely with Embody to make work specifically for Final Fantasy XIV. Now, you should be able to do the demo. I'm going to put a link to the Embody website where you can check it out. It's just a one-time purchase, I think, for like $20, and you can do the free trial. See if you like it. See for yourself if you want to use it or not. But Soken said that they worked really hard to get these personal sound profiles to work properly, so I'm all for it. I'll definitely give it a try. Soken did say that, you know, I know a lot's happened, but hey, I'm fine. I'm doing my best with work. I really hope you will enjoy Endwalker. It's really good to see him back. As for the housing update, the new housing district for the firmament will be added in patch 6.0. That's 24 wards and 24 subdivisions planned. But land will not be available for purchase until patch 6.1. So maybe that's the new small-scale PvP. What's large-scale PvP, frankly? I'm kidding. I'm half kidding. So about the new land purchase system. In patch 6.1, the land devaluation will be removed. It will no longer be possible to grant brand new FC members authorization to purchase land or the rank of FC Master, because people were just selling their FC so that people could immediately use the FC house and like buy and sell that way. A lottery system will be implemented. Yay. But will it be better? Will it be more fair? Yes, it will be more fair. The lottery will be more fair than what we have now. To enter the lottery for a private plot, character must have at least one class or job at level 50 or above. The character must hold the Grand Company rank of second lieutenant or above. Another character on the same service account must not own a plot on the same world, although you may enter the lottery for the purpose of relocating to a new plot. The lottery schedule will be shared across all worlds and housing areas. The lottery period will last 7 days, during which time players can view a plot's placard and enter the lottery, receiving an entry number. The land acquisition period follows that for several days, at which time the winning numbers are decided and winners must claim possession of the land, and then it moves on to the next lottery. Each player may only enter the lottery for one plot of land during each lottery period. The lottery entry will take place at each empty plot's placard, where players can view the number of entrants. Players must pay the full price of the plot upon entry. Unsuccessful players will be refunded in full, and players cannot withdraw after entering a lottery. Pretty much all the things that we requested and asked for the system being implemented. It's very good to see. As for the land acquisition period, the winning entrant will be confirmed via the plot's placard. Winners must claim possession of their land within this period or it will be forfeit, in which case only 50% of the purchase price of forfeit land will be refunded. Players who did not win the lottery can receive a full refund within a limited time frame. Thinking about how people could abuse this. I mean, I could see maybe someone trying to spite someone else, like, you know, they really want this plot, but you don't want them to have it. So you're willing to pay half the purchase price to get an entry in to the lottery to like make their odds lower. I don't know. There's a lot of evil ways that people could try to abuse the system and but well, apparently they are going to keep a really close eye on it and see like what goes on. The Oceanic Data Center will open in February 2022 and it will be called Materia. Worlds in the Materia DC will be treated as new worlds. Oh no. I thought we were trying to reduce lag. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. With free world transfers and more bonuses available. They said that Island Sanctuary will be discussed in future live letters. They're still not ready to say too much more about that right now. There is a new house design here that will be added in 6.0, and it looks like it has a patio with an awning over it. Really nice. I mean, I much prefer these to like the giant chocobo houses. Okay. Though I feel like it's only a matter of time before they do add like a serpent of Ranka. Actually, no, don't give them any ideas. Forget I said. Anyway, it's the same building during the night. They showed a picture of that. It's gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. Close-up shot. Oh, it's like a cafe. It's like a restaurant. You've seen a quick recap of the upcoming schedule for Endwalker's release with patch 6.0 coming December 3rd. That's early access launch, so I'll be there December 3rd. The official launch being on the 7th. Patch 6.01 release with Pandemonium Normal, as I said before, on the 21st of December, and patch 6.05 release, including the Savage Raid, the Excitatron 6000, and the Allian Tomestones of Astronomy added, and new gear added. That's all happening on January 4th. Honestly, I'm already aboard the Excitatron in the hype for Endwalker. Don't worry, it's already here. He said that because of the delay for Endwalker, they have to delay some other stuff like the All Saints Wake seasonal event to early 2022. And he's like, this is a Hydaelyn event, not an Earth event, so it's not Halloween exactly. So now it's time to get to all the other miscellaneous announcements and like merch news and stuff like that we usually hear at the end of a live letter. Yoshi-P confirmed that he will be reading the 6.0 patch notes on December 2nd at 3 a.m. PST. That is 11 a.m. GMT. He always does this, so during the maintenance, you can join Yoshi-P as he discusses all the patch notes, and the audio will be in Japanese only for that. The Endwalker 7-inch vinyl single will be released Wednesday, November 17th. FFXIV manga. So, Saki End of Final Fantasy XIV comic book volume 1 on sale November 25th in Japan. So, that's pretty cool. There's also a spin-off manga series, Academia Eorzea, which that was an April Fool's joke a while back, and now it's real. I don't think anybody's upset about that. I think I remember when the April Fool's joke happened, and everybody was like, "Please make this real." Well, they heard you. That just about wraps things up. I do want to share Yoshi-P's closing words here, where he did apologize again for the delay for Endwalker and being unable to make the adjustments in time. He said they really, really tried. They wanted this to be released on time, and they tried until the last minute, which is a reason why the delay was announced so late. He deeply apologizes for the delay, and with that being said, being very particular about these adjustments, I do believe we can deliver what we want at our full power. Try to tell me again that Yoshi-P isn't a primal. Like, he definitely talks like a primal. He said, I do hope we can recover from this misstep. I do hope that everyone will enjoy the expansion and take their time to enjoy it to the fullest. Honestly, I know that there will probably be some people who are glad they'll have more time to get caught up with the story. I don't want to minimize the fact that this is really, really rough for a lot of people that took time off. Like, I don't want to minimize that at all. I'm trying to see the bright side, right? Of course, we did touch upon a few elements of 6.1's timing, and we're currently working hard on 6.1 and also working on the brand new story. There is so much to get excited for. Well, like I said, we're here. We're on the excitatron. Who needs the hype train when we have the Excitatron 6000, right? Anyway, I'd really like to hear from you what you thought was most exciting, most interesting from this live letter. Do let me know in the comments section down below. And if you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow warriors of light. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.